Hi friends, I have just been slaving away at my 9-to-5 job, but alas, there is a light at the end of the tunnel because it's my favorite time of year next month. Not because it's my birthday, but because it is the opening weekend of the local Saturday market. And I'm really lucky because I live in Eugene, Oregon, which is home of the oldest open air market in the United States that happens 9 months out of the year. We just finished our 3 months off, but I want to talk about the most successful products the products I've had the most success selling at the Saturday market. And yes, I have made a decent amount of income by doing the markets. I have had, $1,000, $2,000 days. So I'm going to talk to you about which products have allowed me to do that. All right, so number one is my holy grail, okay? And it is 8x10" art prints. I have sold them for $15 each for quite a few years now, and I'm thinking about maybe raising my prices because, inflation. But you're probably wondering how I'm able to sell them for $15 and still make a profit. I have found a way to make this size of print for about $3.56 each. So, my profit's about $11 per print, and I'm able to sell 100 of them in one day. I have a specific video on my print packaging process, and I'll link it below in the description if you want to see that. So I settled on 8x10" prints only for a few specific reasons. Number one, they are easy and fast to make. If you watch my process video on how I make these, I'm able to order them within like 1 hour. Okay, number two, they are really easy to store and transport and pack because I can just stack them up in a box. They're small enough that I'm not too worried about them bending because I have a little cardboard backing in here. So they're really impossible to damage. And then thirdly, these are the most popular size that sells. A lot of people walking around a small little market, they don't want to carry around something huge with them all day, but they also want something big enough to display. So 8x10" is just what I have found to be the most popular selling size. So my Saturday market in Eugene is located in a college town, really close to campus for the University of Oregon. So every year there are new college students who walk over to shop at the market. I have found that my demographic of college students, number one, they don't have a lot of money. Sorry, it's true. I've been there. I've been a college student. Number two, they don't have a lot of space in their dorm rooms to display art. So an 8x10" print is the perfect size for my demographic. And these prints literally sell like hotcakes. And you might be wondering why then I don't offer an even smaller size, like a mini print. Number one, it just complicates the whole inventory process. It complicates my display. It makes it a lot less simple when you're looking at it. And honestly, when there's a smaller size, people would almost always purchase the smallest size if they liked an artwork. So by only giving them one size option, they have to buy that size if they like the art. So the second most popular selling product at Saturday markets in my experience is stickers. But the problem with selling stickers is that they are not very profitable. And if you're not selling for profit, then by all means, you should open a sticker booth. But for me personally, if I'm gonna spend 12 hours baking in the sun at a Saturday market and sweating my butt off setting up a booth, I wanna make some money, okay? So for me, I've just noticed that the profit margin on stickers is so small unless you're charging like $10 for one sticker. Now, I mean, if you became known as the sticker booth at your market, there's a possibility that you could have enough volume of sales to make up for the smaller profit margin. Or one way that you could make stickers more profitable is if you're selling a sticker bundle, like a pack of stickers for $20, or maybe you let people mix and match, 5 stickers for $20, but selling just one sticker at a time, not going to be your most profitable source, which is why I stopped selling stickers, which is a little sad because people would buy them and it's fun to sell stickers. But again, if I had an Amy Winehouse sticker and an Amy Winehouse print, people were almost always going to just get the sticker. And I've talked about something in other videos called the jam effect, which is basically about simplifying the amount of options that consumers have to make them more likely to purchase. You can find that in my other videos. But for me, that meant eliminating stickers as a product at my booth. So the third most profitable product that I've sold at Saturday markets is apparel, stuff like t-shirts and hoodies. There's really no question that people want to buy apparel at markets, especially if you live in a touristy town. People want to buy a souvenir, something to wear to bring back home with them. But the problem that I ran into and why I stopped selling t-shirts at my booth is that it was so, I had so many different designs of artwork that in order to have, you know, 10 different t-shirts, I had to stay stocked up in every size of t-shirt. So extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, XXL, 2XL, however high you want to go in sizes, times 10 shirts or 20 shirts. That's a lot of inventory, and t-shirts cost quite a bit more to make than the $3.50 that my prints cost me to make. So you have a lot more upfront costs to stock up your inventory on shirts. If you want to sell t-shirts, I would say that I believe that with the limited amount of booth space that you're given at a Saturday market, it's usually something like 8 feet by 8 feet, just enough for a canopy. You're probably only going to be really successful if you are selling exclusively t-shirts. That's really the only way that I could imagine you could be fully stocked up on inventory of every size, of every shirt. I don't think you would have space to be offering multiple products unless you just have one t-shirt design and that's all you have in your booth along with your other artwork. So going back to the simplifying of my booth, I did stop selling t-shirts and I only sell 8 by 10 inch prints because I have found the most success in taking a more exclusive approach. I wanted my booth to have one product and be the booth of that product at the market. So rather than having multiple products, I wanted to be known as the girl who has the cool art prints. I also like to think of it more as like, you don't want your booth to look like a garage sale. When I would look back at my very first photographs I took at my very first Saturday markets, the ones where I really wasn't making that much profit, I would maybe sell $100 or $200. I had a lot of products. I had prints, I had originals, I had t-shirts, I had hoodies, I had stickers, I had resin art, I had little watercolors, I had, I don't know, phone cases. There was just so much in such a small space that it looked cluttered. It's confusing to the eye. It's like those pictures of what it looks like when you have a stroke. You don't want your buyers to have a stroke in your booth, unless you have really good insurance. But that reminds me, one time someone's booth had like a metal bar out front hanging like a little canopy, and it fell on someone's head next to me, and the person was really mad and asking the other vendor if they had liability insurance. So have liability insurance. A really secure booth. It's like that phrase, a jack of all trades is a master of none. You want to stand out from your competition and you want to be well known for what you are a master of at that market. So some of the biggest, most popular booths, at least at my local market, they have one product. There is, you know, the most popular pottery booth. All they have is ceramic mugs. It's the mug booth, but they sell so many hundreds of mugs every week because everybody knows to go there for their mugs. Now, maybe they wouldn't be as successful if they had mugs and plates and vases and flower pots and I don't know what else you can make with ceramics. Little gnomes, maybe. Rather than being the garage sale, you want to be the designer store. Have you ever noticed you walk into a designer store and it's very simple? There's not even a lot of products. It's just very clean. Think about the Apple store, the Mac store. Very clean, very minimalistic. I actually have not gone in a designer store, but I'm going off of knowledge from movies that I've seen and all of the Kardashians that I follow on Instagram. Okay, so number 4, the 4th most successful product that I've seen sold at the Saturday market with art is original paintings. So it's really going to depend on the clientele at your particular market that you're at. You may have less luck selling higher ticket items like big paintings if you're at a market like mine where your main clientele is college student. But if you are more of a beginner, intermediate artist and your originals are up for sale for like $80 or $100 or $200, you could still have quite a bit of success selling your paintings there. Or on the contrary, if you're selling at a really upscale little farmer's market in a very wealthy town and your clientele are, you know, your average retired folks with a little bit more money, maybe you would have a lot more luck selling $1,000 paintings. Now, so the pro that I've seen in selling my original paintings at the Saturday market, and I do sell a few originals still with my prints. I have all on the tables as just prints, and then hanging in the background are a few originals as my display. And the pro that I've seen with selling originals is that you have room to barter with your clients. If you're open to negotiating your prices, I know some artists aren't even open to that, but if you are much more likely to be able to negotiate and sell a painting with a buyer in person at a market than you would be on your website. Most people see a price on your website and they are never gonna have the courage to email you and make an offer, right? Because unless you specify that you're open to offers, it probably just feels a little rude. You can choose to either display the prices on your originals or not display them. And I've experimented with both. I have found that when I display the prices, people are more willing to maybe make an offer, or people who are more introverted and don't want to ask the price. It's there, they can see it. Maybe they thought it would be worth way more, and so then they see the price and they're excited and they buy it. Or to the contrary, if you don't display a price, well then people have to ask you for the price, but then you also have the option to say, well, make me an offer, let's negotiate. You could also put up maybe a sign that says your price or best offer, or open to offers, or prices are negotiable. And if you're expecting to negotiate prices with people, it can be helpful to maybe set your initial price a little bit higher. Give yourself some room to come down. That way the buyer feels like they're getting a good deal, but you're still making the profit that you deserve. So don't discount your prices too much. But the one thing I really like about selling my originals at the market is usually I'll bring the paintings with me that I haven't sold like for a year on my website, that I kind of just want to get rid of, and I'll mark them way down. That way I don't have to pay for shipping, I don't have to wrap it up, I can just sell it, someone can walk away with it. For me, I like doing that, but I know some artists would say that I should never discount my art. Okay, easier said than done, okay. So the main con of selling your original paintings is going to be the transportation and packaging up of getting these paintings to and from the market every week over and over without getting damaged, and fitting it all into one vehicle. It can be a challenge to just fit an entire booth setup into your car, but then adding on top of that you have delicate large paintings maybe on canvas, it just complicates the setup and tear down process, because you have to go in a specific order. I have to make sure that my original paintings are the last thing I load into my car on top, for obvious reasons, so it just makes it a little more complicated. But hey, if you're gonna make a $500 painting sale, maybe it's worth it for you. Okay, so those are my top 4 products that I have sold at the Saturday market. Again, I recommend becoming a master of one of them to be successful, but I know some artists might disagree with me. It's just my opinion and my experience. I have another video with really specific tips on how to start selling $1,000 a day at a Saturday market, so I'll put a link to that video below. And let me know what else you want tips on. If it's about street vending, selling art online, let me know and I'll make a video for you. So have a great day and go get creative, and good luck at your first market or the next market. Bye guys.